Good afternoon, welcome to Craven Park. Today it's the Power Gen Challenge Cup round 3 and it's Barrow Raiders against Pierre of France. You'll have to bear with us while we go through these names, and because we struggle with the Barrow names anyway. It's the Barrow name team first. At 1 we have Jamie Smith moving to full-back today. On the wings, Adam Pate and Nicky Beach in for the injured Gary Ruddy. Centres Andy McClure and Paul Jones. The half-back pairs of Phil Atkinson, Darren Holt. The front row today is Stuart Dancer, Chris Archer, Paul Wilcox coming in for injured Barrow captain James King. Second row, Matty Lee and Mike Whitehead. The loose forward is Barry Pugh. The subs are Dave Clark, back on the bench Jeff Luxon, Paul Lupton and Lee Dutton. The French team, you'll have to bear with me, at 1 it's Craig West, 2 Nicolas Attal, 3 Lawrence Relly, 4 Florent Chaubert, 5 Sebastian Turado, 6 Craig Field, 7 Maxima Gresaka, 8 Frank Rura, 9 Jimmy Sedaris, 10 Tabu Kakakaka, 11 Emmanuel Bansept, number 12 Ambert Matteo, and 13 Yannick Bruche. The subs are Giles Javio, David Romero, Frank Travera and Michael Cousset. You have to bear with me, as I say today, with this team. Today's referee is Mr. Russell Smith, well known to everybody. Top grade referee, about the best we've got in the country, no matter what anybody says about him. Probably didn't go down too well when we played the Aussies, but he's a good referee, is Russell Smith. It'll be Darren Holt to start the game. And away we go. It's the second time a French team have been here at Barrow. It's not the first time. It's a long time ago since we've had a French team, any kind of representative French team. Pierre, of course, they're second in the French league. Only lost 2. Lost heavily a couple of weeks ago, but they did have 3 or 4 top players missing. He is the that's Frank Rivera. It's gone back to the playmaker, Craig Field, Australian Craig Field, player coach. And it's a good chase from France, a good straight line. It's picked up by Jamie Smith, who's brought down by Matteo. Looks like Adam Pate going to have a run. He's been struggling with an hamstring problem as Adam Pate. But Barrow struggling for cover really. They're short on numbers. Another couple of injuries, and they've had to be calling some amateur lads in, I think. Barrow need to get out there and sign some players. Paul Wilcox back from his tummy bug last week. Here's Archer, another one who was on the fitness table early on through the week. And Matty Lee losing the ball. So it'll be a scrum down just inside the Barrow half. I think it's going to be a case of containing this French team early on. It's a pick up by Bruche. Bruche is off 1, but brought down by Jamie Smith. It's Gress getting no, it isn't, sorry, it's number 18, Jimmy Sedaris. Kangaroo tourist, Jimmy Sedaris. France try to give the ball plenty of room, but it's a good cover tackle from the Barrow captain Darren Holt. Here's Matteo. 10 metres short at the Barrow line. Sedaris coming down the blind side, we feel. Back inside to Sedaris. Good cover tackle by Barrow, by Pugh. and halt. But it's Pierre trying the little chip through, and it's stopped by Jamie Smith. Well, a bit late there, over the top by Craig Field. Here's Dancer. Andy McClure. I mean, coming off the set there, he's holding down a bit long there. Barrow coach Peter Rowe had been watching the video, said that Pierre liked to hold down, liked to slow the game down. So it's a penalty going to Barrow. It's Atkinson. He finds Archer, who finds Dancer. Nice ball away from Dancer in the tackle, out to Pugh. Steps off 1 foot. Covered across by Shadaris. Archer up the blind side to Matty Lee. Try to find the gap. It's brought to the ground by Craig Field. Archer out to Pugh. Halt. Atkinson. Oh, nearly finds the gap. Needed somebody on his inside. Up the blind side again with Holt. Chips the ball through. It's a kick and chase. It's well fielded, but is he going to be put in touch? He is. It's an excellent kick from Atkinson. And a good chase from Andy McClure. Wrapping up Craig West. Not much he could do, really, Craig West. Ball was holding up. He had to play. And Andy McClure dragging him into touch. So chance here for Barrow. They're about 10 metres away from the Pier try line. It'll be Holt to feed. It's held up. Comes out to Holt. Holt to Atkinson. Out to Smith. Back out to Atkinson. It's running across the Pier defence, but he's brought down. And I think it's going to be offside, is it? Russell Smith playing offside. And it is. Barrow holding the ball in the back of the pack, and they've found Pierre in offside, breaking before the ball's out, so it should be an easy 2 points here for Darren Holt. Oh, they tapped it. Sorry, it's a scrum infringement, so he's not allowed to go for goal. Barrow trying to get over the line, still just short. Archer, long ball out to Holt. Pierre coming up fast. And they've lost the ball. And it's going to be another scrum now. It's going to be another penalty. This time it's Darren Holt holding down. It's quite a nice day here now at Barrow. It was atrocious yesterday. It was really cold. Rain was lashing down. The ground's held up. It's quite hard underneath, really. So it's Sedaris out to the prop Rivera. It's back inside to Bruce. He's pulled down by Barry Pugh. Sedaris at dummy half. Nice ball out to the second row man, Matteo. But Barrow covering up again. It's Jones this time. Sedaris out to Grescat. Nice ball out from and that's going to be an high tackle. And it's Paul Wilcox. And it was a standoff. Craig Field coming back inside. France going for the points. Must fancy the chances. They're going for the 6. It's out to the second row man, Bansett. Here's Grescat. And Barrow offside this time. And It's a quick tap taken by Bansept, I think. The ball's come loose, but it's gone back. Well, was that an obstruction? And I think Atkinson stole the ball, and he's giving Barrow as offside again. And he said that the Barrow man tried to rake the ball out. Well, he's certainly seen something that a lot of us never seen up here, but that's why he's a top-class referee. So it should be 2 points this time for number 5, Sebastian Terrado. It's about 10 metres to the left-hand side of the post, and it's straight through the middle. So 4 successive penalties given away by Barrow, resulting in the first score. It's 2 points to 0 to SMPA, with Darren Holt to restart. Kicks deep, easy take. Sedaris again, just going from the dummy half, causing problems though. And they're not getting away, they're not getting away. That's 2 that Wilcox has given away, holding down. They've got to get away, you can't lay on top, you've got to take some effort to roll away. I fully agree with Russell Smith there. It's a big prop forward. Kaka. And a little knock on. And that's why you can't afford to give anything away with Russell Smith. It was only a little one, but he didn't even have to look at his linesman, he picked it up. So it's a scrum down, 15 metres inside the Barrow half. Atkinson out to McClure. Good tackle from Craig Field. Jamie Smith. Craig Field down here, limping slightly. He's been out injured. Well, it's 8 penalties up to now. We're all shouting, but as I say, we don't really like to see all this lot. Atkinson with a tap, gives it out to Archer. He finds Stuart Dancer. 30 metres short of the pier, and Archer is going from dummy half. Closed up by Sedaris, I think it is. Atkinson out to Pugh, shows it one way. Messing about the play of the ball, so it should be a chance here for Barrow to level it. Average crowd here today on this lovely day. I thought there may have been more than this to watch this French team. Barrow, of course, still rebuilding from losing. We worked it out, I think there was something like 14 players from last year Barrow have lost one way or the other. And I think we've only brought 3 in. I was never very good at maths at school, but that doesn't weigh up for very good if you get a few injuries. And the player coach had to go off Craig Field. He was struggling down here. That's a big loss to Pierre. And it's Frank Tavera who's come on to replace him. Holt converted that penalty, I forgot to say. And it's picked up by Matty Lee. And it's straight into the tackle for Frank Tavera. Adam Pate picks up, shoved back by Jimmy Sedaris. Wilcock. Here's Dancer. Good yards from Stuart Dancer, clearing his danger area. Atkinson at dummy half, dummies one way. Eventually wrapped up by Tabua Kakara. Holt kicks up the field. It's going to be picked up by Craig West. Tries to get away from one. Well, Wilcock's lucky there on 2 occasions. It looked a bit of a flop, and then he has another go. Here's a second row man, Matteo. 4 tackles gone, they're just inside the Barrow half. It's a kick over the top from Greska. Well fielded by Jamie Smith, but a good chase there by Piet. 6 red shirts up there, only 1 Barrow man back, and that man being young Nicky Beach. Tries to come away from dummy half, but wrapped up by the second row man, Bansett. Archer out to Wilcock. Good tackle from Matteo. Looks quite well, this second row man at the moment. Holt kicking him out of trouble, puts it over the top. Nice take by Craig West. It's brought down by Archer. Good quick play of the ball. France on the attack with Traveria. Matteo out to the other sub, Javio. I'm not quite sure who he's come on for. But they're plodding out the yards at the moment. Pierre, this is the man, he's dangerous. That's a lovely ball and nice running. Good tackle though on Raleigh. And a hand in again. And this Greska at the moment running things out there, the little scrum half. We're going to have another go at goal. Just finding his runners out wide, Barrow not coming up, spoiling it. Young Chris Archer having attention to that muscle again. So probably not looking good. I think it was on that tackle there that he did on the full-back, Craig West, as he broke through. He had to go around the ankles. It looked like he's taking a knock to that muscle again. And it's Dave Clark, he's going to have to go off. And it's another 2 points for Tirado. And this is what we were saying early on about the depleted squad of Barrow. They're having to play players when they're not really fit. Young Chris Archer having to leave the field again. Only lasting 20 minutes. You brought Dave Clark on. It's not a bad substitution to bring on. So it'll be Darren Holt to restart. And brought Paul Lupton on, as well as Dave Clark. And that looks like a big tackle from Wilcox. He's laid the man out. And now he's penalised it. he didn't seem to penalise that at first. I never heard the whistle go until the man was out on his back. And then he walks up to him and then gives a penalty for an high tackle. And it's the big number 10. He's a big lad. He's Kakaka. And it's Rivera who dropped the ball, so a bit of justice maybe. Here's Lupton. Clark scoots from the dummy half position, back inside to Holt. Out to Lupton, out to Atkinson, but they're not going very far. Come back inside. It's Michael Whitehead. Clark again, out to Holt. And it's dropped by Andy McClure. And the big difference there was same ball from Darren Holt as what come out of Maxim Greskier, but the difference being he had the runner coming from deep. Andy McClure far too shallow. So Barrow giving away the ball again. And it's a loose forward, Yannick Bruche, who gets away from a couple of would-be tackles. Here's Kakaka. This time Greschke taken out by Darren Holt. Barrow well offside there, they couldn't have had argument. Oh, that's crossing. It's taken two men out. Took two would-be Barrow tacklers out there with that cross. So the first quarter gone, it's 4 points to 2 to Pierre in a error-ridden game at the moment. Spoilt by penalties as well. 7-5 I make it to Pierre at the moment, 12 penalties, and we're only a quarter of a way through the game. It's Atkinson with the tap, gives it Clark. Clark finds Lupton. Clark again, out to Pugh, finds Wilcox. Nice tackle from Matteo. And it looks like Kakia trying to get his own back maybe on Wilcox. And yet another penalty. I'm being told it's Kaka. Kaka. Sounds like him off Eureka. Kaka. So it should be an easy conversion here from Darren Holt. He's 20 metres out. I've got a feeling the wind is blowing at his back. He's right in front of the post. No flag out today because somebody's pinched the flagpole. Well, if this stays a draw, we might be having a trip to France next weekend. The big number 10, Tabule Kakaka. Looks very much like the old Liku that was here last year, Tau Liku. And it's picked up by Adam Pate. And again, a good chase from the French though. There's nothing wrong with that from the big lad, Kakakar. Alty try to find the gap, gets away from one. It's pulled down by Shabua. Here's Wilcox. And I'll tell you what, they were very lucky there, Barrow, not to give away another penalty, because Wilcox was holding on to the Frenchman's shirt. Here's Matty Lee. But a good tackle from Travaria. Alt, last tackle, kicks up the field. Taken by Craig West. He's brought down by Lupton and Clark. And another... You can't argue. He's trying to get up and they've pulled at his ankle. And they're not going to get away with it with this referee. So it's Pierre on the charge again, and it's the second row man, Matteo, who's pulled down by 3 Barrow defenders. Out to Rivera, wrapped up by Jones and Alt. Kakakar, met by Wilcox. Good tackle by Lupton. It's a little chip through. Oh, it's well taken. Oh, lovely ball and a nice try. And it looks like it's the wingman, Atial. It was a lovely kick through, and it's this man again, Maxime Greska. And it was well taken. I think it must have been the centre, Lawrence Relay. And he gave out a beautiful ball to the wingman, Nicolas Attal. And he went in at the corner. So 25 minutes gone, it's 8 points to 4. And that's just holding up in the wind. And that does show that the wind is at Barrow's back, so they need to get some points on the board this half. So Barrow to restart. First try going to PR. It's 8 points to 4. They're looking like they're bringing on another substitution, Barrow. Result kicks deep. All coming again, giving away that penalty, Barrow, when they had PR 15 metres from their own try line. And they're all over him again. They're looking to get away with it. It's number 8 this time, Ruara. Oh, and they've taken the dummy. It's number 16, Travaria. On his away. It's a good ball out, and they're not going to catch him. And it's the scrum half, Greshke, who goes over. Oh, and somebody's had a go at the referee. Well, the referee's in on it. Not quite sure what went on after the ball was put down, but it's a try to Greshke. I'm just having a look at the referee. What's he doing? He's pulling out Adam Pate. But the French have got to think themselves lucky there. I don't know who it was, but somebody manhandled Russell Smith to get him out of the way to get to somebody. But I tell you what, they've got some pace, this French team. And I think he may give another 2 points here. I think it's going to be a penalty after the ball was put down. And it is. I didn't quite see what happened, so I can't really say, but it's another 2 points. And that's put a big gap between them now. 2 tries and 3 goals. And the original gap, I think, if you come back to the play, I don't know who it was the big French number 8, I think, Rivera, got up and pushed Dave Clark, and Dave Clark stood talk at him, allowed the dummy half to get away from the marker position. It was the number 16, Treveria. While they were arguing, he fed Greshke, and he scooted in under the post. And Lee Dutton on for Paul Wilcock. And this was the man who caused the problem before. And this is the man who's causing the trouble at the moment, the scrum half, Greshke. And Mickey Beach having to run the ball up. Here's Lupton. He's well tackled by Raleigh. Lee Dutton. All one-man stuff at the moment though from Barrett. Clark scoots from the dummy half. Try to find the gap. I think he'll give the first knock on, is it? Off the Barrow man. Oh, well, surprised at that one. No advantage there to the French team. So Barrow could do with 6 points on this board. We've got 10 minutes of this half remaining. If we can turn around at 16-4, at 16-10, might not be too bad. It comes out from the scrum, out to Atkinson. Shows it one way, but he's tackled by Craig West. Holt, out to Jamie Smith. Good tackling by the French team though, taking him back. Holt, out to Matty Lee. Clark, out to Holt, finds Atkinson. Back inside to Whitehead, shoves off 2 tackles. It's come loose. And that's a flop again. That brings 10 up for the French team. Pierre. Bansept, he takes it just into the Barrow half. Good quick play of the ball by the French team. It's out to the second row man, Matteo. It's pulled down by Pugh and Holt. Inside, good tackle from Paul Jones. 30 metres short the Barrow try line again. Nice deep ball out to Craig West. But good defence from Lee Dutton. To kick across the field. Easy take for Jamie Smith. Gets away from one. And he's just tackled. And it's the scrum half again. Barrow taking the tap. It's out to Dutton. Pinch the ball. Well, they got the wind at the back. Surely they must have a go for touch here. And that's better. That's going to take Barrow to 10 metres inside the French half. Looking for 6 points back before this half-time outer, but they haven't really brought the French defence yet. Clark out to Pugh. Finds Dutton. Pugh at dummy half again, out to Lee. Ooh, what a good tackle. Not wrong with that by Javio. Picked Matty Lee up, lovely. Out to Atkinson. Now then. Barrow got to keep turning it inside. Everything's going inside. Chance there for Barrow, but they turn it back inside. The French defence just coming across. And it's Javio. He's brought down by Holt and Lee. Here's the Tirado, the kicker. He's brought down on halfway. Matteo just takes it inside the Barrow half. Craigfield kicks over the top, quite happy to do that. And this is with the wind in the faces, and it's a good chase again by France. Pierre. Adam Pate having to bring it away, but there's nobody there. There's plenty of French men there to tackle him. Nicky Beach having to have a run, and he's tackled by Romero on the field. Clark out to Lupton. McClure. But they're all too flat. They're not coming on the ball from any depth. Here's Clark again. Nice ball out to Jamie Smith. Last tackle. That's what happens if you come on the ball from depth. Jamie Smith there, half breaking through. It's a big kick up the field. Taken by West. Good tackle from Jones. Romero taking the ball up. We've got about 5 minutes remaining. And it's a knock-on from Florent Chabert. They've got to make this count. We've got about 4 minutes. We've got maybe this chance of 6 to get some points on the board. We need to be turning around at 16-10 will be a bonus. It'll be Holt to feed. And it's a little kick and chase. Now then, can Aki make it? It's going to be too much. Oh. Good idea, just too much on the kick. So it's France bringing the ball away. Oh, and it's a poor tackle from Matty Lee. Yeah, his arm there, Matty Lee going high. Oh, and he's got away. It's Barry Pugh, missed him, it's the centre. Good tackle from Jamie Smith on Chabert. But it's Pierre on the run. Oh, dearie me, and it was a try there if they'd have held it. And that's going to be raked out again. So it's Barrow with the tap, 10 minutes short of the halfway line. Clark out to Lupton. Clark at dummy half, out to Pugh. Haven't seen a lot of Barry Pugh this half. And a good game last week, but not seen a lot of him. Dave Clark, here he is again. Pugh cuts back inside, gets away from one, just can't get away from the second marker. Clark scoops up, out to Holt. Barrow on the charge, Atkinson. And it's gone forward. We've got an injury to Charles Javiot, but he's now up. So I think that's the last chance for Barrow to get points on the board this half. With about 2 minutes to go. And away we go again. It comes out the French side. It's picked up by the loose forward, I think, Yannick Bruche. Treveria, and it's just 18 seconds at the end of the first half. We'll go through the first half scoring, and it's been a half of penalties really, but on 8 minutes it was Tirado who put over the first one to make it 2 points to nil. 4 minutes later it was a penalty to Barrow. This time it was Darren Holt making it 2 points apiece. 16 minutes it was Tirado again. He got his second penalty to make it 4 points to 2. Then on 20 minutes another penalty to Holt, making it 4-4, and that's what it looked like. It looked like tennis because it was now but penalties, and both teams pretty matched. But then on 24 minutes it was a nice little kick through by the first half man of the match, Maxim Greska. He found, I think it was Lawrence Raleigh. He picked the ball out of the air and he had a lovely ball out to the wingman Atal, and he went over in the corner to make it 8-4. That was too far out for the conversion. Then Barry kicked off, give away a silly penalty, having a go at the play of the ball. The ball went across the field. There was a break by the substitution, Frank Treveria. He found, I think it was Greschke again, who in turn found he found Greschke. He scooted in from about 40 metres right under the post to make it 12 points to 4. Looked like a late challenge from Adam Pate. Tirado comes up and kicks the conversion to make it 14-4, and there was a late challenge according to Mr Smith, and he awarded another penalty under the post to make it an half-time score of Barrow 4, Pier 16, and Pier have the wind at the back, so it's an uphill struggle here for Barrow now. Right, so here we go for the second half. It's Barrow trailing 16 points to 4. Penalty ridden first half. It was 10-9 though, that's all to PR. 19 penalties. And Jamie Smith having to bring it out, but Adam Pate having to go. Nobody else back yet for Barrow. And they are going to use the wind this half, obviously. Holt takes the quick tap. Well, it doesn't do any good, the crowd shouting at players like that. They're not out there to lose games. They get more money if they win, so it's nothing intentional. And they don't need the crowd on the back like that. It's Barry Prue, Leslie Romero to the ground. There's a big tackle on number 8, Rura. He's not very happy. He's having a word with Andy McClure, but this is what they did last time, and this is the man who punished him. Barrow want to stop looking and talk at players and get on with the game. It's a little kick through, but well fielded by Pate now then. But good covering back by Craig Field. Experience there. Andy McClure picking up. Here's Jamie Smith. And it's showing up here well today. I think Barrow's lack of these big forwards to take this ball up. Here's Lupton, but there's just no power with no power. It's not that they're offside, with no power. Here's Clark, gives it out to Pugh. Clark tries a little chip through, Adam Pate. Oh, he gets a foot to it, but no claim of offside. I think the offside was Dean Marwood shouting, I think. Could have put his player off there because there was nothing from the referee or the linesman. Barrow need to get a score fairly quickly to get into this game. And he's got the ball away. France keeping the ball alive. Pierre. And it's going to be a penalty. And he's give it to, well, luckily, he's give that. Mr. Smith must be able to speak French. I think he was very, very lucky there, though I thought that Andy McClure was holding on to him. So now then, the crowd need to get behind Barrow here, get some points on the board. Clark with the tap, gives it to Jones. Finds Whitehead. Picked up by Dutton. Good quick play of the ball. Clark down the blind side. Out to Atkinson. He's brought down by his opposite number, Craig Field. Barrow still on the attack. Out to Clark. Clark to Holt. Out to McClure. Nice inside ball to Lupton. And he's going to go in. And he's going to get it down. And looks like a sliding foot in there by Attell. So 16 points to 8. That's what Barrow wanted, to get this score on the board quickly. Andy McClure making the half break, getting it out to Lupton. Good backing up by the forward, Paul Lupton. And Alt converts. So Barrow back within striking distance now, 16 points to 10. And it looks like we need to be getting the ball wide away from these big French forwards. And it's Jeff Luxon on for Lee Dutton. Here's Atkinson. Now then. Clark going down the blind side. Good yards. Takes it inside the Pierre half. It's out to Lee. Lee's tackled 10 metres inside the Pierre half. Clark again scoots from the dummy half. Puts a chip through. It's play on. Where's it going? Pierre come up with the ball. Sedaris out to, I think that's Rivera. He takes it just over halfway. Sedaris, short ball out to the sub, Javio. It's last tackle. Sedaris again, just puts the ball up the field. Bouncing away from Adam Pate. Gets away from one. Just held on to, nearly and got away there, Adam Pate. Holt, out to Luxon, straightens up. Gets the ball away to Holt. Holt out to Smith. Just can't get away. Jones there, trying to get the ball. Here's Clark, out to Holt, back inside to Luxon. Good tackling, no, there's not wrong with that by Javio. Out to Whitehead. Barrow speeding it up a little bit, here's Holt. Out to Clark. Good ball to Lupton. Good tackle though from Sedaris, last tackle. Clark finds Holt. Just puts the ball over the top. Bounces away from the full-back. Oh, and a knock-on. Now then. This is where the crowd need to get behind Barrow. Just lift him because there's a few French men struggling to get back. And the French have brought the big number 10 back on. Kakaka. So chance here for Barrow. They're 10 metres away from the Pierre try line. It's picked up by Pugh. Going from the loose forward position. Just tackled yard short the Pierre line. Here's Luxon. Oh! What a waste. What a waste. 6 tackles, 10 metres from the line. And they go for the crash ball. Here's Kakareka. Well taken by Luxon. Barrow moving up, getting into him. Maybe Rose wanting a bit more out of him. Oh, and that's a loose ball, putting him under pressure. Now then, he's lost it. What's he give? Well, he can't give a Barrow knock on. I've never seen a Barrow knock on. He must have seen a knock on after the French team knocked it on. So chance again from Barrow. They must put points on the board here. Halt to feed. Comes out to Jones. Just try to find the gap, but he's wrapped up by 3 French players. The ball comes out loose. It's play on. McClure. And it's come out again. Still play on. And there's trouble. And it was an high tackle on Andy McClure. That everybody's Jeff Luxon it was who took the high tackle. So it's going to be what he gives here. It's time off. Maybe Barrow might come away with a penalty off it, but surely the linesman should have come on right away if it was high. Jeff Luxon seemed to throw the ball down to decide to throw punches. So it'll be a case of what the 3 officials come up with here. And it looks like they may be looking at a French player, PF player. And it's the wingman, Churado, I think. But he's going to give the knock on. He's not going to give the penalty. He's giving the knock on. Well, I think Mr. Smith's wrong there because that ball was dropped by Luxon because of the high tackle. And there's Luxon straight in on it. It's warming up now. And he's going to give an offside in a minute. Mr. Smith will give an offside. Barrow coming up. And Sidaris decides to get the ball up the field. Ooh, and it's bounced badly. And it's another scrum down. So really let off there for Pierre. Barrow had him on the rack, but they've let him off the hook. No, don't want to be giving away any tries now after that bit of pressure, but they should have come away with some points really. Here we go with the second row man, Bansept. It's going to be 2 points. And it's been the Russell Smith show really this game. Barrow 12 penalties, PR 11. Oh, he's pulled it wide, so let off for Barrow. So Alt drops out, let off there for Barrow. It's picked up by Kakara. That's good tackling from Barrow, from Lupton and Luxon. Taking back Romero. Here's the second row man, Bansept. So another penalty given away by Barrow. Russell Smith giving it. Following through with the elbow by Mike Whitehead. And that's short this time. Taken by Atkinson. Jamie Smith taking it away from the dummy half position. Barrow under the pressure again now. Here's Matty Lee. And it's going to be another penalty. And I'm going to be running out of ink here on the penalty count. Here's Mike Whitehead. Takes it up to the halfway line. We've got number 17 on, Michael Cousset. Barrow looking to get back into the game. Just 6 points in it. The ball was there, nobody backing up. Here's Clark again, trying to get something going from the dummy half position. It's gone to ground. It's a knock on by the Frenchman. It's a knock on by the Frenchman. It'll be Barrow's head and ball. Cannot believe he's give that. It's not Smith, it's the linesman. I mean, he just, no Barrowman touched it. The Frenchman tried to pick it up and knocked it on. So Barrow struggling to get the ball back in their hands for any length of time again now. Here's Sidaris at dummy half, goes on his own, gets a nice ball away to Cousset. Greshke, oh, nice inside ball, good tackle from Jeff Luxon. Oh, and that was a kick out there. Good tackle by Andy McClure on Greshke. Here's Sidaris, kicks for the corner, should be easy take. Pate takes the ball. Now then, can he get away? Got away from one, got away from two. He's coming back at the middle of the field. Well, it's a penalty to Barrow, whatever. It's Greshke going high. I don't think it was that bad of a tackle myself. Come running at him, did Adam Pate, and he just wrapped him up. So Alt with the penalty. Barrow on the halfway line, on the attack. Can they hold it for 6? Michael Whitehead slips the ball out to Pugh. Barrow seemed content, happy to take it back on the inside all the time. Holt inside to Lupton, gets away from one, back to Clark. Try to find the gap. Pulled down by Kakikar. Here's Holt again, try to get it out wide, out to McClure, but he has to check. Pulled down by Greshke. Jones out to Luxon. He'll straighten up to the post. 12 metres short. Holt at dummy half, coming down the blind side this time. Out to McClure. Good tackle from Greshke. Last tackle. Well, he's just had a word with the wingman, and now he's had a word with the winger. Something's gone on. It's Tirado again, who's I think it's Tirado, is it, or is it this other wingman? I'm not quite sure. They've changed around. It might be a towel. So another set of 6 here for Barrow. They've had plenty of chances. So it's all with a tap, gives it to Luxon. 3 metres short of the pier line. It's come out to Clark. Out to Pugh, takes it the second chance. He's going for the line. Oh, just pulled down, just short. And he's got to go to the sin bin for that. It's a professional foul. And he's got the sin bin. And it's Sedaris, I think, who's gone off. So Barrow with the extra man. It's Clark with the tap, out to Pugh. Straight into the French defence. Barrow try to line something up here. Clark again, out to Whitehead. Oh, and they crossed over, second tackle. Well, they've had plenty of scoring chances here in this second half, Barrow. They're throwing it away at the moment. Getting near the line, it's just panic play. They're just giving the ball away. We've still got 20 minutes left. Barrow, Pier down to 12 men for the next 10. But they need to get the ball and hold it for a set of 6. Here's Bruce. And that's the way, put the ball up the field, try and play the game up here. Now then, is somebody going to attack it? It's not back, it's play on. And it's good tackling, Barrow, making up for the mistake of not attacking the ball. And that's how short of props that we are at Barrow, that Michael Whitehead's having to play a prop now. So Barrow trying to get down that half of the field. Here's Luxon running straight. And gets the ball away to Clark, it's play on. And then he's got it out to McClure. Can he give it to the young lad? He needs to go over the corner, he's got back inside. Oh, it's with the try, hard luck. Unlucky for the young lad there. Young Nicky Beach, maybe he should have tried to go for it. Still kept hold of the ball, but he tried to get it back inside. Brings a scrum down 10 metres short of the Pier try line. It's going to be Pier's head and ball. Good tackle from Darren Holt on Bruce. Here's Kaki Carr. France getting bogged down though. Pier here, they're getting bogged down. Here's number 3, Raleigh. Good run though, he's got a few yards out of it. It's a good tackle from Lupton. Last tackle. He could lose the ball here. Well done by Barrow. Now then, it's a set of 6 from the halfway. Clark out to Luxon. It's pulled out, it's play on. Picked up by Jones. 1 or 2 Frenchmen going down. Clark coming down the blind side. Beach out to Lupton. Well, they've got a man short. They need to get the ball moved. It's out to Holt. Out to Pugh. Nice ball out to Whitehead. Back inside to Jones. Out to Pate. Is it back to 1? No, he's not give it. Here's Atkinson. Long ball out to Holt now then. It's over the top to McClure. Now then, he's got a man over. It's out to Beach. Oh, no! Well, he just had to hold it, young Nicky Beach, but he spilt it. It was up at head height, but it should have been another 4 points there. And coming back again to Barrow and the squad. Barrow a bit reluctant to pay a little money out for Glenn Hutton, that bit of experience, just could have told there. So Barrow again looking to get the ball back. Quick play of the ball. Again missing about the play of the ball. And the play coach Craig Field trying to rally the troops. It's a tap taken, khaki cart. They may be going up this field for a drop here. Maybe that's what he's asking. Field out to the second row man, Bansep. Well tackled by Luxon. I think they're going for the drop goal. This is what they're looking for. Craig Field, long ball out to Greska. Good tackle from Darren Holt getting across. Here's Field, tries a little chip through. Oh, and he's in. It's in, and it's a mistake by Nicky Beach. And I think that's now game, set and match for the French team, UTC. Needs 2 scores now, Barrow, and that's how this game's gone. Barrow there should have walked in at the corner, and unluckily it was the young rookie Nicky Beach who fumbled the ball. Then Barrow give away a penalty on halfway on about the 4th tackle. I thought they were going to go for the drop UT. They were moving up the field, but it was a kick to the corner. Young Nicky Beach again was a man who just couldn't hold it, bounced into the hands of the kicker, Craig Field, and he puts it down by the, well, 20 metres outside, and it's converted by Teredo, sorry. Well, at the end of the day, it's all about scoring. Barrow had plenty of chances in the last 15 minutes and just couldn't put the ball over the line. France have been on the UTC, been on the back foot, but they've come up the field and scored. It's a knock on there. Well, the linesman's indicating it. So we're going to the last 10 minutes. There's a 10-point gap, 12-point gap now. And Atkinson, oh, he's lost the ball. Play on. So what's he giving here? It's going to be a penalty to UTC. Paul Jones obstructing the Frenchman from going for the ball. And it looks like Andy McClure has left the field, is it? So yet another penalty. "32 penalties I've make it in this game." As Barrow try to get over the try line again, the 10 metres short of the UTC line. Halt. Out to Luxon, straightens up. Good cover tackle. Halt. Out to Clark, try to get somebody moving. Now then, it's out to Pugh. Gets it out to Atkinson. About 8 metres short of the UTC line. Clark. Barrow not running forward though. Barrow not going forward with the ball at all. They've gone back 12 metres there. Now then, Clark out to Pugh. Pugh to Jones. It's just going back inside to Smith. Shrugs off one. Gets away from two. Going for the post, but pulled down just short. Last tackle. Good quick play of the ball. Holt finds Wilcox, and Wilcox going to go in. And he's got in this time. So Darren Holt. It's converted by Darren Holt, so they're back in it again. So we've got about 7 minutes remaining. It's 22 points to 16. The board's saying 2016, but I'm sure it's 22. So Wilcox picks up. A long way down the field to go though for Barrow. He is Lupton. Holt. Out to Luxon. He's done well since he come on, Luxon. Good quick play of the ball. Holt out to Jones. Out to Matty Lee. He's forced back inside. Nearly gets it away to Jamie Smith. Clark picks up from dummy half, looking for a runner. Out to Pugh. Steps back inside one. Throws out a loose. How can he give that forward? Never in the memory of man has that ball gone forward. Never has that gone forward. Well, he's pulled that one out of the hat from somewhere. Nowhere did that ball go forward. So UTC will just hold this ball now for a set of 6 and then pump it up the field if they don't make no mistakes. I've been calling them UTC, I'm sorry, it's Pia. I'm engrossed in the game so much, I'm getting the team wrong. Here's Greschke. Looked like a little knock on, but not given there by that linesman over there. Oh, and there's nobody out there. Bad ball from the centre. Schubert. So with about 6 minutes remaining, Barrow need to get down the field. I'm not quite sure what happens if it's a draw. We think it may be a golden point job. I think the game has to be played out today. And a kick over the top might not have been too bad here. Here's Jamie Smith. Shrugs off Greschke, but wrapped up by Kakaka. Here's Jeff Luxon again. Out to Matty Lee. Clark down the blind side with Whitehead. Here's Dutton on the field. Out to Luxon. Gets it to Clark. Now then, he's got Dutton with him though. Of all the people, he's got Dutton. It's a kick to the corner. Now then, how's it going to bounce? It's a try. He's got it. It's a try. It's young Nicky Beach has scored that one. That is a try. Now then, it's all down to this kick. It doesn't make any difference about what young Nicky Beach did earlier on. He did well to get to that try, and it was an excellent kick from Dave Clark, kick from the corner. Now then, it's all down to this conversion. No, it's gone across the face of the goal. So can they get down the field? We've got about 2 minutes remaining. And it's all coming down to the last 2 minutes. Barrow got maybe a set of 6 here to score, and it's kicked deep. Taken by Holt. He's going to find Luxon. Good tackling, and that's going to be a penalty. Holt takes it. It's going to take Barrow up to just short of the halfway. Here we go with Wilcox running straight and hard. Good run by the prop forward. Can they force a penalty out of it at least? Pugh. He's wrestled to the ground. Clark going down the blind side. Try to find the gap. It's inside to Wilcox. Oh, it's gone forward. And a big oh comes out of the crowd because it's all over. And Pierre of France have gone through. 22-20. We'll go through the second half scoring. Barrow got off to the start they wanted on 45 minutes with a try by Paul Lupton. That was converted by Holt, brought Barrow back into it to 16 points to 10. But on 68 minutes after sustained pressure from Barrow, Pierre go up the field, and it's the player coach Craig Field, kick to the corner. Young Nicky Beach juggled the ball, and Field took it out of his hands. And it was Craig Field who scored to make it 22-10. That was converted by Tirado, making it 22 points to 10. Then Barrow come back into it in 73 minutes with a try by Wilcox. He made it 22-14 and it was converted by Holt to make it 22-16. And then on 77 minutes it was a nice break from Dave Clark, kick to the corner. Nicky Beach won the race to it and put an hand on it to make it 22 points to 20. Darren Holt won't be happy with that conversion attempt. He pulled it right across the face of the goal, and straight from the kick-off Barrow went down the field. Last chance, it was just a forward pass given to Wilcox and the final who to go in to make a score of Barrow 20, PI 22. PA go through at the fight to the next round. I would say they probably just deserved it. I think on the first half performance, a game of 2 halves, Barrow coming right back into it in the second half. But I think a good result really for PA. I think they just really shaded it a little bit. My man of the match for Barrow, well, nobody really outstanding I don't think, but definitely the man of the match overall was Maxim Greska, the number 7 for PA. He had an excellent first half and he certainly caused a few troubles there later on in the game. He got through some tackling. So Barrow go out. We're not going into the next round of the cup. We've been beaten. I've got to mention about the tackle count. I'll just count them up. About 35 penalties, I think, something like that. I think a load of penalties given by Mr. Smith. Some of them probably needed, but some of them just petty and silly. So not helping the game flow. We had a bit of a dead game when it tried to get going. We were penalty. And as I say, Barrow going out here, they've maybe the board will look at the players, because when you look at a little bit of experience on this wing, maybe lost as a try, but also give him credit, he did score a good one. And we just need a couple of big forwards. We've just got no strength up in the front. So I think if Barrow can just get out there and get a couple of players, then we may look good for the second division. But Peter Rowe can't carry on with 19 players all season because they're just getting battered. So Barrow go out. Good luck to PA in the next round. They go through winning 22-20.